not married and they're doing this incredible.
Well, there's a myriad of things. I think first of all, we have to go back to your writer. You are very well known for your teaching skills. Your students speak a whole lot about you.
Miss Nigeria competition.
I said, you know, let's pick them up, let's take them back to Nigeria, and let's teach them a different kind of job.
I would rather be a woman than a man. Women can cry. Women can wear pretty clothes. Women are also the first to be rescued out of a sinking ship any day, any time. And those lovely words of Glida Ragnar, I welcome you to today's edition of The Woman. Now, The Woman, as a program on NTA, debuted and trended the last quarter of 2017. And within that period, we were able to have beautiful discussions, beautiful chats with very intelligent women, exceptional women, good models for everyone. All of them impacting on us one way or the other. Today's edition we will be showcasing highlights of what happened within the period. Let's begin with our first guest, our very first guest, Chioma Ikejan.
You know what's really interesting about life? I think it's really interesting in life that you work so hard to be successful. Whatever success means to everybody. You get there and you think that's all that's important. And one day you say to yourself, oh, I'm going to go to the hospital. I'm going to go to the hospital. You go to the hospital, you do your medical checkup, and it's like every other checkup that I've taken. But this time, it's not like every checkup that I've taken. It's there's something wrong. And the doctor calls me in. He says, we have to do an operation immediately. And I'm thinking, I have an opportunity. I'm not sure. Am I going to do it in Nigeria? Am I going to go back to Canada? But you know what? I had so much faith in Nigeria medicine that I decided to do it.
Hang on a minute. Did you get to feel any pain?
Nothing.
There was nothing?
There was no pain. I was jogging. This is why it's so important for women to do their self-examination, to do their medical checkup. If there's one message that I can give today, is that it's not only about work, it's not only about family. They need to take the time to look after themselves. And we don't. We don't do that. We worry about everybody else. We worry about family, we worry about our husbands, we worry about our children, but we never take the time to worry about ourselves. And if it wasn't for another woman that called me from another country and reminded me that I needed to do a medical checkup, I don't even think I'd be here today. So there was no symptoms. That's why it's a deadly disease. They call it the silent killer. And I'll tell you right now, in Canada, the new statistics is 1 in 2 women will have breast cancer. So it means that if there's 3 women sitting here, 2 of us would have had breast cancer. It is serious, and we need to bring the awareness in Nigeria.
It was quite emotional.
The thing that they don't tell you about all these countries that we want to go to, whether it's Germany, Australia, London, Canada, there's you know, invisible racism. It's there, systematic racism. You'll be driving and they'll stop you just because you're black. It's called profiling. If I'm traveling, if by the grace of God I happen to have a business class, if I happen, they will ignore all the other white people. They will look at me and they will say, can I see your ticket? And I said, why are you seeing my ticket? I'm just making sure that you have the right ticket. Because they can never believe that a black person like me can afford to go and sit and stand at a business counter. So it's tiring. When I watch television, I don't see enough black people on television. I told you earlier, it's very difficult in Canada to actually see you hosting a show. 9 out of 10, it's a white person that's hosting a show. So that is not encouraging for me as a black woman, right? It subjugates me. It is not good. So when I come here, I am visibly shaken by the opportunity. There's a black president. There's a black vice president. There's a black Senate president. You know, there's all these things. Nigeria is a powerhouse because we are the largest Where's the camera? We are the largest black populace in the world, and nobody touches Nigeria. I don't care what anybody says.
Aisha Abubakar was our second guest on the show. She came in with a lot of passion, a lot of education for women, especially those who are upcoming. But at the end of the day, she took us down memory lane with her relationship with her late husband. Let's see it together.
A lot of ladies would have wished that opportunity of being married to him, especially in office. And for me, that sacrifice of even allowing that to happen at that time when media was all about it, he had made the greatest sacrifice that I needed love to exhibit. And so it was something that I looked up to living with him forever. Unfortunately, transitions within the marriage and family concerns, like I said, was a struggle. And we had to stay apart for a bit, yes. I moved to America, settled into America, and the battles were still over me. A lot of misconceptions here and there, but I went through it, and we both understood one thing, that we were meant for each other. We wanted each other, no matter what came between. When a woman is quite exposed, or is lucky to be blessed by God, it's very difficult. And so the kids had to grow, and we had to keep trying to keep love as part of it with the children now. On trying to gain it back, at the grips of it, when the children will return, his words were very clear. My kids got to return home now. They were born in Government House, Kogi State. They have to come back there to stand by me. In his words, they need to give me my drugs when I need them. Trust. And that broke me, asking reasons why it wouldn't have been me. I really want to be remembered as someone who is able to touch lives. And not just touching lives, but that through me, a generation was transformed. I want to be in a place where I can give everything that I own and have just to see that someone is going to be better than me. There's nothing greater than looking back and seeing that while you were aspiring, you were able to inspire others so that you'll be remembered permanently. Should I ever aspire? Should I ever retire? No.
I had my wonderful moment with Natasha Hadiza, lovely woman, excellent personality, and a charming homemaker, a mother, all wrapped in one person. I also had my moments, wonderful one, trying my hands on fishing with Princess Oboolua. Let's see them together.
This travel bag was made by a 16-year-old girl in Okini.
16?
Yeah, 16-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah. She actually amazed me. She didn't go to school. Her mom was a tailor. By the time we have our hop, definitely we're going to invite this lady in there to probably teach her on finishing and fine-tuning and then brand her products. Because here, this was also made by some blacksmiths in Okini. I decided to show you this just to prove two things to you, that people are not poor because they are lazy. They are poor because they don't have the opportunities to succeed. So in one of our community tours, we discovered we had a session with the blacksmiths, and some came to me with this, like a team of 5 people. He told me, I was like, why is your shovel having different parts? Like, you know, you could actually pull it up in different sections. And he went, because we realized that most people, construction workers and farmers, when they have to travel from their home to the place of work, their equipments are too big or too long to fit into the boot of a car. So what they've done is they've innovated the technology in such a way that it could actually be dismantled, you know. It could be dismantled, and then when taken to site, put it in a bag, and when taken to site, assembled back. Now, this is why it just shows that people are thinking. If they could just have the right equipment, the right skill, the right support, they could innovate things, products that conform to the problems at hand. Do you understand? Part of the reason why you see that I have some sort of an organized home, an organized office, is because I just have a lot of, hello guys. How are you, baby?
Lovely children.
Thank
You're
you.
back from school? Let me guess. This is Zayn.
Yeah.
You told me about it, and this is
What's your name?
Nadia.
Nadia. Nadia, how old are you?
8.
Oh, that's lovely. Zayn, how old are you?
11.
11. How was school today?
Good.
You had fun, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Auntie, and we're having an interview now. So do you mind going to your rooms to do your homework? I'll join you later. Don't forget to wash your hands, babies.
Okay, but before you leave, just say hello to my friends.
Hello.
All right, so I'm going to have a chat with your mom. Then we'll come play with you in the room later, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
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 Lovely children.
Thank you. You know, there's something in every woman. That's the ability to nurture. And I find that in my children. Whenever I step out of my home and I walk to these communities and I see kids who are the same age as my children and they're deprived of the basic amenities that my children have and other children have, it really breaks my heart and makes me double my effort to say, you know what, how can we improve? What can I do? How can I make the government or people around understand that there is such need, there's such vulnerability, and we just have to put up our human side and reach out to these people because they are not poor or in need by choice. Some of them were just born, and we don't choose where we're born. Yeah. So when I see my kids, every day I wake up, it reminds me of the effort I still have, the amount of work that still needs to be put in place. It's very simple, it's very black and white, and like I told
you said, this is your favorite room.
Yes.
Somebody is dead.
Oh, Nadia, get up. I've told you before, no games in the kitchen, sweetheart. How are you, love?
Come on.
I was actually making some juice before you came in, so if you don't mind, like in a few minutes, I could just round up and give you some of the freshest and nicest juice.
I don't mind because I love juice. You like juice too?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's watch Mommy do it. Oh, this is the famous fish pond. There are 3 of them. Okay, how does this work?
And then we sort them because if the small one is there, the big one can eat the small one.
Oh, okay.
You know, fish eat
themselves.
They eat themselves. The small one will eat the big one.
Okay.
And if any bird jump inside this place,
it's dead.
They will tear the feather away and then they will tear him to pieces.
This is a very lovely way of enjoying retirement. You really don't lack much, you know.
And not only not lacking, if you are hypertensive, according to doctors, if you just stand and the fish are moving and you just stand and you are watching them the way they are going, we are told that it can even lower your pressure.
That's nice. Can I try my hand on fishing?
Sure, why not?
Okay, can I have a net? All right.
See whether we can make her a fisher of fish.
So how do I go?
Do it yourself.
Like seriously, Mommy?
You are on your own.
Okay, let's see how it goes. Ooh, but these things are scary, man. Oh my God. Oh, Mommy,
you are not fishing, you are driving them away. If somebody brings a gun and is coming to you, will you wait?
Are you serious?
You have to surprise them.
Where are they? They just disappeared. They're hiding. Okay. Oh no. I'm gonna try again. Okay. Oh, no. Ah! Can you imagine it?
Oh, yeah, carry it.
No.
Carry it.
I just caught myself fish.
You see?
This is so interesting.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
So if you drag your net like that, they will run.
I was thinking it's a gentle thing.
You must watch them and surprise them.
That's nice.
Because nobody wants to wait for death now, even fish.
Interesting. Now I've learned that one. It's not a gentle business.
I did.
You have to do it with force.
Arnold Schwarzenegger once said that women who break barriers in our society are women who ignore limits. And some women we had on the show actually personify that. We have Senator Getchin Wago and we also had Boma Alabi. Let's see what they did and what they said on the show.
I saw a lot of exciting bills. Some you sponsored, some you were part of, and I'd like to know which of these bills excited you more.
The one bill that excited me, I would say most, I was most excited was the bill that established the Asset Management Company of Nigeria called AMCON. Why I'm excited about that bill is that bill gave the banking industry stability. If it were not for the existence of Asset Management Company of Nigeria, AMCON, most banks would have, current banks, a lot of them would have gone down like the ones that went down from 2005 to 2006, 7, and 8. I did consultations nationwide, even outside the shores of this country. And I thought that I would be given a level playground. I never asked to be hoisted as a governor. That is what is killing this nation. Hoisting mediocres. The previous, the last governor just did what he did. I don't want to say too much on the national television, but God knows that that was the final death of People's Democratic Party. Because they failed, they did not allow people to test their popularities. It was not only in my state, nationwide. Most of you would know better. They took my money, I paid every fees, they took all the ones, even the ones that were given to you as this is the thing you need to do. I never asked to be hoisted as a governor. I wanted to be allowed to go out there and contest for the position of governorship candidate first. And if I fail, I would know that my people did not want me. But the last governor would not have it. He trickishly, I don't know what he did, convinced people there was no primary, there was no delegate primaries. He took all his house workers, domestic workers to be the delegate instead of the party 3-man delegate that was supposed to be. That was what happened. I was robbed.
Now I was practicing, I'm dual qualified. I'm qualified to practice law in England and Wales, as well as here in Nigeria, having qualified here first. So in the course of practicing that other jurisdiction, the opportunity came to do some work. And I think that's how women generally find themselves in positions of authority. We tend to volunteer, not thinking about the position as such. It was a time in our history when I began to get involved in the Commonwealth Lawyers Association, in the history of Nigeria when we're still under the military dictatorship, and therefore democracy and rule of law was something we didn't have in this jurisdiction. That's what got me involved with the Commonwealth Lawyers Association. In working with colleagues there, over time I was given more and more responsibility until one day I thought, I have some ideas as to how we can run this thing better. And the only way I can do this is to vie for the position of the president of the Commonwealth Lawyers Association.
You weren't scared? I mean, a woman had never really been there?
I actually didn't think of that. You see, in my profession and my professional life, I never think of myself as a woman. I don't think in gender boxes at all. I just get on with it. So it was after the fact that I realized, oh, this is the first time a woman's doing this. Yes.
When you tap the law and they don't listen, there is also the law, like the banks. Recently, we shut down so many banks. You also hear that I took the IG to court. Have you heard that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So the Inspector General of Police and I were fighting in court. Not for anything. The Inspector General of Police has the best intentions. So when he gave a directive, a blanket directive, said, remove all roadblocks, we were hailing him. You know why? Because there are some criminals, miscreants, even in Benue State. Not only in Benue State, in the whole 36 states. People just wake up from their house and you see them print BRS receipts and they put revenue on it without authority. Nobody has engaged you as an agent to collect. BRS have inspection points some meters away from the road. And what is their job? You have gone into the market, you've bought produce, you've bought orange, you bought yam, you have to pay produce tax, isn't it? Now, their job is, there's a billboard, you are approaching BRS inspection point, slow down to show your receipts. They are checking to know who paid and who didn't pay.
Okay, not that they're going to collect money there.
If you did not pay, will they allow you to go with Benue money? You will pay there.
That's when you will pay.
That's when you pay. But not that they will keep block. Now, when these police people came, you know, when IG send them, their papa don't send now, they will do plus the one where papa no send them. So they burnt down those inspections. The billboards had hotlines. What were the hotlines for? In case somebody wants to take advantage of you for inquiries, or you want to know, haulage is 1,000. But you know those agents can ask you to pay 10,000. But the moment you call any of those 5 hotlines, it works 24/7. The officers who handle it, they shift morning, afternoon, night, so that whenever you call, we'll pick it and we'll swing into action. But all that was destroyed. All the places we did for them to rest when rain is falling, all were destroyed in the name of their. So I had written to the IG. I didn't get any response. And so I went to the court, to the High Court, and said, please interpret this law.
Now, I want to share your experience quickly. As we wind up for the year 2017, we had women who are making marks in the world of business, great entrepreneurs, and very importantly, people who are creating and gathering mileage in the religious world. They were on the show and they did tremendously well, showcasing their lifestyle and how they surmounted, you know, all the difficulties around them. We had one of them, Ijoma Emeribe and Imabo Oyomire. Let's see them.
It's not all about bringing out money, but monitoring it to make sure that the people that actually need this money are getting it. Because you can bring out $5 million and say you want to give to women in Nigeria, and then some people who already have the money are the ones that are eating the money. And after a while, they will give the women a wrapper. What is wrapper? They will tie this wrapper and tomorrow they throw the wrapper away. I don't really have enough to reach out to the number of people I would have liked to reach out to. For instance, recently we gave 50 student scholarship at the University of Abuja, you know, and that will last for 4 years, you know, and I wish to do more. I wish to do more.
I just want every woman to find their place. I want them to find themselves. I want every woman to discover themselves. In this part of the world, women have been oppressed, and it breaks my heart. And I know it's the heart of the Father. Because everyone that God has made, He has made them to be like Him. So it breaks my heart to see a woman not being able to be all that she wants to be. And she says, I want to, but this. I want to, there shouldn't be any but. Just be yourself. Find out yourself. Be comfortable in your skin. Love you. Love you. That's my love you. Love you to a fault. You got to love yourself. You just got to love yourself to a fault. Love you. You're not loving yourself. God loves us. God loves Himself. God loves us. We've gotten that approved. Look at your wife as God. Look at your wife as this is God's image. This is God's child. How can I help this person to be all that God has made? See, this is a woman. And in this thing, there is everything. I was preaching somewhere. I said, if a man should know that this thing that God calls a woman is a mystery. Because when God made a woman, the man was sleeping to start with. So no man on earth can define a woman. Yeah. Woman is a mystery to God Himself alone. So if you want to have the best of this thing that you have, you call a wife, talk to God about her.
The Creator.
Talk to the creator. Go back to the drawing board. So who is this thing? Who is this Eve with me? Don't just look, oh, women are so evil. Do men? No. Who is this one that is with me? Let God give you, download who she is. Then you will get, and when you know who she is, don't abuse it. Enjoy. Then you will see the best of what you have discovered. You will live heaven on earth.
That's the size of a package today. 2017 was indeed a great year for all of us. And I know 2018 promises even more excitement, more education, entertainment here in the studio of The Woman. All you need to do is stay glued and leave the rest of the job for us. I'll leave you in the words of Aristotle Onassis. He says, if women were not in this world, all the money the men make will be meaningless. Well, I will also like to complement that by giving you an unknown quote. It says, a wise woman knows the importance of speaking life into her man. If you love him, believe in him, encourage him, and be his peace. What does that tell us? That we all need to complement each other. God created us two, the man and the woman, and together we can build a great society. That's how it's going to be for today. Join us next week for another wonderful package. Don't ask me who my guest will be, but I know it's someone you will be in love with. My name is Elizabeth, and I keep being good citizens.
Doctors or that are not married and they are doing these incredible.
Well, there's a myriad of things. I think first of all we have to go back to writer. You are very well known for your teaching skills. Your students speak a whole lot about you. Miss Nigeria competition.
I said, let's pick them up, let's take them back to Nigeria and let's teach them a different kind of job.